Hello everyone, Such here. I decided to do a review about A Horseshoe Inn. This particular episode itself was quite different from, at least from my point of view. I mean, was actually quite an impressive episode. You may have think that this was actually more based on actually it's actually focused on Starlight Glimmer. In the episode itself is that since we know that Twilight has been chosen to be the next ruler of Equestria along with her friends, which makes that she will no longer be the head mare of the School of Friendship, and she decided to make Starlight the new head mare. But though, there is just one question. Why would it not happen now? So if she will be the next head mare, who will be the student counselor? Well, yeah. In this episode, aside from sign-ups, says Starlight decides to hire a vice headmare in the preparation to take over the School of Friendship from Twilight. But soon she realized that hiring the right pony for the job is going to be a lot harder than she thought. Yeah, and from that point, I may understand that it takes a lot of time to even hire someone. When she actually thought about this idea, hiring some advice headmare, when she talked to Twilight, and that Trixie overhears about this, after that she actually gave Starlight the idea to have advice headmare. It is not what she expected. She believed that she was going to be the next headmare, device headmare, but like that. But it isn't that easy, because even that she believed all along throughout the entire episode that she will be the next vice headmare along with Starlight. Even she said wink all the time and did wink, but that it was not that easy. Even when Starlight tried to explain that she had probably to hold many interviews, where she says Starlight and Trixie believed that, oh yeah, interviews, but which means that she will be the next vice headmare. But among the other characters in this episode was going to be candidates. I was surprised. There was actually, well, among the three Trixie, there is four other characters was to be candidates, which was actually Big Mac, Octavia, Dr. Who's, and Spoiled Rich. I mean, for other candidates, I kind of basically understand thought that they could be great, but Spoiled Rich as a candidate, as a vice headmare, believe me, that was a bad choice, Starlight. She only thinks about getting more bits or more profits, but Starlight had this a chart, well, seeing like a pyramid shaped at 3 steps of, and if all of the candidates showing their preferences as well, showing it will be actually something. If they all showed good manners and even good paved, so if they could handle the task, they will be going either upwards. Anyways, after the first, I just say that Big Mac is taking part of this class for as rarity. Every one of the students actually loved him, especially Ocellus. She was impressed of how he could do all sort of things. And in the music class with Octavia, that somebody that Pinky used that strange jack instrument, and then Octavia used the cello first as a cello, but then as a guitar perfectly. But the only other candidates that didn't make it was actually Spoiled Rich, which I could basically understand from that view. But all other characters, Big Mac, Dr. Hoops, and Octavia, of course, and Trixie. But Trixie, for some reason, she used to fall asleep middle of in class. She had history class. She looked at the book, and she says a lot of things happened. She didn't even focus to be as a good teacher. And the next step was not to talk to parents or legal guardians to the students. I mean, I can understand we see Jonah's parents and Silverstring's father once again, and Ocello's parents, but that is all. Then this just actually caught my eyes, but in that particular part of the scene, Gallus. Since we know that he's an orphan, but Grandpa Gruff was there as his legal guardian. So why would he be his legal guardian? I thought maybe that Gilda could be his legal guardian or something, and Trixie was assigned to talk to Grandpa Gruff about Gallus' performance in school, but it turns out it wasn't that much. It turned out they were an argument, and that Grandpa Gruff just left. And through Starlight, she was angry about that. But seeing how the other candidates worked it out well, except for one, Big Mac, as long as he only said yep, yep, nope, most of the time. And as Silverstring's father, he didn't expect much. So Starlight decided to remove him as a candidate, which Big Mac didn't take it as offensive. He understood that communication is an important part between a teacher and a vice head mayor and students, which he didn't mind because he understood communications is a big factor in that. So Dr. Hoops, Octavia, and Big Mac are the only ones who still remains. Well, and even if there's a field trip, that is actually something which is really quite interesting. Seeing Octavia took all the students to a classical musical hall, and all the students was just sitting there, especially Gallus. He was what we all know that Octavia loves music, but he was getting bored. But then it gets a big surprise. Vinyl scratch in the background, using her pop music along with Octavia when her playing. That surprised even Gallus, and he actually enjoyed it. So all the other than the candidates showing very much good influence on the students. Octavia, Big Mac, and Dr. Hoops actually showed some very good impression. Except for Dr. Hoops when he made this opportunity to say, focus on the studies. But, yeah. But later on, all the candidates decided they could not be part of it. That Dr. Hoops, he wanted to go back to study about science, and Octavia, she wanted to be vice head mayor, but she was also getting worried how they will affect her musical performance because she travels sometimes. And the Trixie made something bad. She actually brought part of a swamp with a flash piece into the classroom, and Trixie Starlight, she freaked out. She actually screamed at her and lectured her. But later on in the episode, Starlight decided that the only most logic, the most perfect as a vice head mayor or head stallion, what would say, if there was a male as candidate. It turns out Trixie had an idea. That they decided to pick Sunburst, but Trixie was actually not bad on, not against that idea. So Sunburst, he decided to be the next vice head mayor But who will be the next counselor? And Starlet's picked Trixie, because she started stand up for Gallus against Dr. Goppergruff, all of this. So, in my perspective, this episode was really awesome, amazing. To see all the possible candidates as Vice Headmare, but saying that Sunburst will be one, well. And as for my rating from this one, will be actually a B, no, an A plus. Episode, it was a really funny episode. But if you have your own thoughts or opinions about this episode, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, this is Switch Diablo, over and out.